Aidenyasuo is a 1700 LP peak Yasuo OTP over in the North American server. Now, he plays with his thumbs, which is a bit of a unique one because he has an injury in his hand, yet he still manages to play to an insane level with his Yasuo. Today, we speak about itemization, early lane strategy, translating leads, how to stay alive, and common mistakes he sees with other Yasuo players. So let's go ahead and dive into the details. All right, so Aiden, this is your OPGG. Now, for those people who don't know you, haven't heard of you, do you want to give a brief overview with kind of where you're at, your rank journey, and kind of what are you known for, and how long have you been challenger, etc.
Okay, so what's up, guys? I'm Aidenyasuo, right? As you can tell, I'm a Yasuo main. I've been playing like for a long time, ever since I was like 9 years old, I would say. I just turned 19 yesterday. So I guess you could say I've been challenger. I hit challenger at 15. That's the thing. I
Wow.
was like kind of known for, because like I'm a young challenger, right? Um, and yeah, ever since then, my first main ever was Yasuo. Like you can look at my PGG. I think it's the first 600, it's the first 6,300 like IP they used to call back in the days, like champion I bought, right? And then I just kept going at him, kept playing, improving. And yeah, I hit Chal at
Following.
15. Um
You've played him
that
for so long. And you know, one thing that just jumps out to me, by the way, I'm just because I was looking actually at your average deaths this recent season, how low they are. If we go back to season 9, you were
yeah,
averaging 6.7 deaths a game. And if we look at now where you're at, you're averaging
probably 4, right?
3.9.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? At the start, you got to limit test. You got to learn your champion. Once it's learned, you can chill, lay back, and you know what's working, you know what doesn't work. You die less.
Yeah,
Um,
100%. I really want to get into that because that's actually something I've noticed with a lot of Yasuo players. They really struggle with, with dying a lot. So we'll definitely talk about that today. Now, I've got a few questions about, you know, I guess itemization, rune setup build, that sort of thing. Now at the moment, kind of where is your head at with itemization? Let's start with Bork. Are you a Bork uh,
so
Yasuo player or not?
I mean, it just changed, right? The patch came out yesterday where Bork was nerfed. So I'm not sure how that's gonna really impact it. But before that, like Bork Kraken to me were both fine to build. Honestly, it was more about like, because Kraken is easier to buy, right? Like Borg, you have to get 900 for Vamp Scepter. You have 875 for Pickaxe. I think it's like 700 for the recurve bow, and like it's not that many items under that you can buy, right? But like for Kraken, there's that, I forgot the item, but like the blue item, the blue sword.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
the Hearthstone Axe.
yeah, that one,
Yeah.
like you can buy it from double dagger, like double light dagger and like long sword. It's just easier to buy. Sometimes you have like 600 in base.
Right.
Like if you're base, you can buy double dagger. Whereas as for Bork, you can't really do that. So honestly, I would just buy like depending on my bases. I would choose which one to go for, depending on like
Interesting.
the most gold efficient thing I can do.
So you would prefer Bork if you had a choice between the two. If you got really good quality bases, you would typically lean towards Bork. And is that because the lifesteal aspect?
Yeah, I think the lifesteal's really OP. I also think Bork is just OP. The slow, all of that. It's just sustain on Yasuo is just OP. Honestly.
Right. Now, how did out of interest, because obviously lethal tempo was such an incredibly massive part of Yasuo for such a
Was.
long time. So how has the kind of I guess the removal of lethal tempo changed Yasuo and your interpretation of the champion and I guess how the early lanes play out?
So yeah, I will say like Leta Tempo changed a lot, right? Where I will say like to me, Leta Tempo I've never really liked it. I always felt it like to be toxic in a way, because it's just, what is that? You can just get that much attack speed for free earlier. It wasn't really playing Yasuo. Like Yasuo, it's about outplaying your opponent, like making it look cool and stuff. Leta Tempo, like sure, you had a ton of attack speed, didn't feel that nice to me, obviously. Like I don't think it was skillless, right? To use it to the best level, you had to be really good at it. Know its limits, but it just wasn't my type of thing. I'm really happy like for Fleet. It changed a lot, obviously, right? You can't go for like the massive, just go in. You don't necessarily beat Darius's anymore, like stuff like that in top lane, right? Yasuo top lane became weaker.
And you shouldn't have, right? Like, it's
You
pretty
shouldn't. Like,
ridiculous.
honestly, I'm glad let Fleet was I mean Lethal was removed. I will say though, like I have that was in English. I have a lot of Yasuo players that like DM me and they were like, "Oh, Lethal Tempo ruined me and stuff." But most of the people that say that are people that started playing the game with or like started playing Yasuo with Lethal Tempo Yasuo. So like
Right.
they've never seen any like they don't really know Yasuo before that with Conqueror stuff like that. So obviously it's really hard, but once you adapt to it, I would say Fleet is just the same level of OP with Absorb Life, these new runes, or even maybe even stronger. Like it's very OP. I feel like Yasuo right now.
Right, interesting. Okay. Yeah, no, I guess that's relatively straightforward. Outside of that, look, Yasuo's about execution. Let's go ahead and dive into some VODs. Now, this first one you sent me here was a recent one you played versus. That's Hunter Vault, right? That's the
Hunter Vault.
Cassie.
Yeah, that's the best Cassio in
Yeah,
NA.
yeah, I know him. He's a nice guy. Okay, beautiful. So we can take a look at this one. So traditionally, I used to play a lot of Cassio. This is actually quite an annoying matchup from a Cassio perspective. I think this is quite Yasuo favored, I would say.
I think
Um,
so too.
so at a high level, you've opted in for Ignite here. Is that typically something you normally do, or walk
Yeah,
us through that?
I'm just more of an Ignite type of guy. I go TP as well. I try to dabble in. But I mean with the recent like patch, right? With like more seconds on the death timers, right? That
Right.
was just implemented recently. I think I'll just go back to mainly Ignite. I don't know. I just like to take Ignite. I like to be aggressive. Not saying that TP is not really aggressive. I'll just obviously Ignite's way more risky, but it's just what I've been doing like for a long time, and I can find a lot of solo kills with Ignite. So that's why I like kind of attempt to keep at it, and it's not the worst thing anymore. It's not the worst thing in the world in my opinion because I have second win most of the matchups. I'm gonna have D shield Fleet, Absorb Life. If the enemy bases, TPs, like let's say I have a freeze and I am stuck in the lane, I most of the time it's fine, right? Because I can just sustain back up. I can just stay infinitely, and I don't think it's punishable. That's just my view. I can
Right,
take
and
Ignite.
Yasuo's wave clear is quite good, right? Anyway.
Yeah, I can base pretty much whenever I want. Honestly, with Yasuo, it's not like the oh, it's a cannon wave. I can't push it. I'm a mage. Your Yasuo level 3, you'll push it, and you can base whenever.
Now, I want to ask questions about you know compositions. Now, typically, I've worked with some Yasuo players that get really fussy over it's like, oh, I've got no setup. This game is going to be really hard. And you get some Yasuo players that are really big on or that, or they don't give a shit. So, what's your mindset coming into a game? Obviously, yeah, no shit, you're thinking about your 1v1, but holistically in the comp, how much emphasis do you put on, oh, I don't have setup? And how does that impact, I guess, your mindset heading into the game?
I'll be honest, like having a just setup right is always like having a Diana, let's say, even if you're kind of behind or you're not like the as fed, you'll always be useful in that game. So it's always like good to think about like, okay, but let's say you have no setup and you fall behind, you're basically nothing, right? Yasuo falling behind is terrible. It's legit terrible. So my mindset going into a game is let's hope I make the enemy mid homeless this game, legit. And let's just focus on my 1v1 and we'll worry about the other things after.
Right. Okay, beautiful. So we'll take a look. So we're versing a Shaco jungle, so relatively high threat, which is going to
Yep.
make your life a little bit more annoying. So E start, Q start. Where's your head at in reference to E start versus Q start nowadays?
I'll be honest, E-Start is unpunishable, right? Even if you lose HP, E-Start is OP. You want to trade enemies' health for your health. You want to get low. You have second wind, you have D-Shield. You don't care about getting low. Even if it's Shaco, I don't even think I can just dash away. Like, I don't think Cassio has that much follow-up unless I dash into W. I just like that quick trade. Waves pushing to me.
Yep.
I don't think Cassio has that much follow-up with Shaco unless she W's me and Shaco's right on top of me at that moment. So that's why, like,
Yeah, and to be honest, I actually think Cassio's actually messed up a little bit by overshoving the wave, right? I mean,
I think so too,
theoretically,
yeah.
Cassio should not really be touching the wave and should be
She
wanting
shouldn't.
to get shoved in. So
Yeah.
this is amazing for you. I mean, having the wave in a neutral state typically from a Yasuo perspective is quite good, no?
It is amazing, right? Because you can go look for these trades after. I'm pushing here. I don't know why I was pushing. Let me see. I mean, the
Did you want to
wave was.
crash?
I guess maybe I'm looking for spot Shaco. Maybe I was thinking Shaco. I don't know. I mean, the wave will bounce back, no? So it's I guess it's fine.
It's
But
okay. If we take a look at it, what it seems like if we go back here,
It
Shove,
was pushing. It was actually pretty well.
it was so, but you could. I mean, you have many options, right? I think here's the scenario: you
Yeah.
can do what you did and shove the wave in, I guess, and get the wave bouncing back out. But I think you could slow build as well, right? I think both of them would have been completely fine.
Like it's fine. Like, you have many options as Yasuo. That's the thing. You don't mess up of a one thing, right? It's multiple things. I'll just play for this wave. I think I'll let it push this wave probably and fight him there.
It's as long as you just don't want. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you just don't want the wave stuck outside their tower. That's it. As long as the wave is not in that position, you're fine.
You're absolutely fine for sure. Like in these range matchups where she has to walk up. Right now, I'm like extremely happy. This is just pushing. I'll just probably deny her this cannon though.
Yeah, this is really, really good. Waves in an excellent position. This gives you so much freedom to trade. So again, at a high level, your mindset is you want to trade resources, right? You
Yeah,
want to trade resources. You don't have mana. You got a lot of sustain. That's at the top of your priority, right?
yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't care about getting low. I'm just making sure I harass her on every minion. Honestly, while that's important too. I'm like kind of faking that I'm going for a trade on her. I'm
Hmm.
happy with this wave state. I'm just like threatening her with my dashes. That's the most important thing. She needs to feel threatened. She needs to be like, is she gonna jump on me when I walk up here to E? When I'm already that's making her miss yes, and I can keep this wave in this state.
Yeah, this is so good. One thing that I see with a lot of Yasuo players is that they go crazy. So what they would have done back here is they would have just like kept queuing the wave, keep trying to stack up their queue, mess up the wave, and the wave would be shoving back to Cassio way faster. But you're very disciplined. You're very, very surgical in kind of the way you're playing with these waves here. You're really, really careful about not hitting the wave, even with that Q3 there. Like just only going for the Cassio. And so as a result, the wave's in such a good position for you. It gives you so much trading flexibility, so much room.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm probably thinking also that this lane is a 1v2, right? Because I don't think Briar has that much accessibility mid versus Cassio. So keeping that lane there also like makes me safe against Shaco. Right now it's kind of neutral though, so like I'm probably yeah. I think yeah. Here it's just a good move with F keys. That's just like good game sense, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, your blitzcrank come through, you're aware of what was going on, and you just hover over. Really good.
That's the thing though. You never want to get like too much of a big wave under. You want to keep it on under control so you can have the first move here always. Like I had the first move here, and
Yeah,
this
no,
guy
that's
can
actually a
can.
really good point. I actually have a question about this. So this whole sequence here, right? Back in the day, right, Yasuo, correct me if I'm wrong, would try to actively shove, bounce, and get the wave back on your side. And you would want the wave here so you could run people down. Nowadays, people are a lot more keen on neutral state because it gives you that flexibility to move into the river. Is that something you're actively thinking about, or is that more it was just more opportunistic?
I'm thinking about it. I'm also thinking about like just building that slow push. Even if there wasn't a play, building that slow push. I'm playing ignite gives me a free reset.
Right.
Um, so just the second I think I denied her enough here. I mean, the wave's gonna start. Here is pretty much not a freeze anymore. So I think I opted into the slow push. Just I mean yeah. Just I'm not playing ignite. I'm not playing TP right. So my base timers need to be different. That's also a big thing.
Right.
Um,
And so what are you aiming for gold wise on your first base, by the way?
it depends. Always. I mean, boots on your first base right is amazing. Probably GG the lane if you get that. It's 1100 gold, but
Hmm.
depends on the other stuff. A call, honestly, I don't even hate a call. If you get like if you get a cheater recall
Yeah.
against the certain matchups.
Yeah, this is amazing. Really, really beautiful play there from the Blitzcrank. The wave was in a great position for you. You can deny a shit ton. We're in a great spot.
hmm Not sure about this. Like I let the wave here. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's all right. I mean, Cassio doesn't have a mass amount of wave clear. You might miss,
yeah,
what,
yeah.
one or
It's
two
fine.
minions? I think it's all right. I think it's really good.
Yeah,
So you
bought
end
that
up,
call here.
yeah, this is
Yeah,
huge. What a huge base. Berserkers plus a cull. I mean, that's just
that's
unbelievably
amazing. That's the thing
amazing
though. When
base.
you're ahead on Yasuo right now 2-0, I'm also up a lot of CS right. I'm thinking call just I know that I'm gonna be like no matter what this game, I'm Thanos. Like I'm a huge threat, right? So I'm gonna just keep it safe. Go for it. I'm not gonna get cheese. I'm not gonna get anything, and I'm gonna have like a huge impact this game. Even in side lane with ignite, Cassio can't even play already if I don't mess up from this point.
Right. So right now, what's your kind of game plan typically at this stage? You got a beautiful first base, you got your berserker greaves. What are you trying to look to do with waves and how are you thinking right now?
What I'm thinking right now is probably like obviously slow pushing, right? I'm not giving a single CS. I'm so ahead. I won't like let her take a CS for free. If she comes, I'm gonna make sure I jump on the slow push. And typically, like once I slow push, I can look for roams. If she's low enough, we can dive. All sort of things. I can also get vision. I don't really have words right now, but yeah, I push that. Look for a roam. It's just amazing. She's Shaco top too, so we know he's not gonna be bot. So this is pretty much free.
Would you ever contest Raptors here?
Like steal the Raptors.
Yeah. Is that something you do or not?
Uh, I do it honestly. I did it a lot more in the past, but like I think a couple patches ago, like a long time ago, actually, they kind of like made it more tanky.
Mm.
I don't remember when, but
Yeah, I'm not too sure actually.
she walked up here. I mean, solo queue things.
Yeah, so okay, so this one's very interesting because typically you wouldn't think of Yasuo as like a very roam-oriented champion, right? I mean, not many people consider Yasuo to be the best roamer. So this is more just opportunistic. It's like you can't poke under
Yeah,
tower. You can't really contest. You didn't feel you could contest Raptors.
yeah. I
Why
mean,
not hover anyway? It's like it's a win-win anyway. You have time.
yeah. I mean, I'm level 6. Already, right? I have my boots. They're probably not gonna expect me here. So just take it. I have two
Interesting.
waves crash on the turret. I can just go for free. It would have been
Interesting.
perfect, but Kai Science.
Okay, so playing devil's advocate here and just being just kind of questioning your mindset. Do you care if because if Cassio is going to be able to catch that wave and shove that wave out. The
Mhm.
downside of making this play happen is that you can't now trim the wave, right? And Cassio is going to get a free reset. Is that something you
Yeah.
really care about, or in your mind you get a kill here, so it doesn't matter?
Here I was 100% like certain I would get a kill from the way they were fighting. I have ult, I have Blitzcrank with me, I have Ignite, I'm 100% I'm taking a kill. And I mean Kaisa ended up dying too, so I get her waves, I guess, thank you. But yeah, I mean that's a bad thing, right? Going for roams at Yasuo, you don't want to drop waves usually. Uh just on any play on any mid laner, no, like
Yeah,
unless you're
yeah.
playing an assassin. Like I guess Fizz you don't really care. Um but like Yasuo you don't want to drop waves, don't want to drop XP. But here I was pretty confident that it would work.
Okay. Now Zeal, walk me through Zeal here.
Um, I don't like buy that much Zeal anymore, but I feel like in that game, like it's really expensive, right? Right now I'm super greeding. I bought coal for 450. I bought Zeal for 1100. I just think I'm gonna snowball with it, right? I just think
Right.
I'm gonna be able to roam. I also know they have like Cassio, Shaco, Senna. They all like have all this range, right? So this extra mobility is gonna be helpful for sure. And I had perfect gold for it, so I can't skip on that.
Yeah, and we had the wave in a great spot. Blitzcrank hovers down. May not be able to kill. Wow. Okay. Wow.
Happy with
Interesting.
that. I mean, I'm dropping waves again mid, but I'm
Hmm.
getting kills, so it's whatever.
Interesting. So is this a very typical way of your game playing out, where you get a bit of an early lead and then you kind of usually to get early kills, or do you feel as though like you kind of get a lead and kind of stay in lane and don't roam? Is this more of an outlier? Would you say?
I mean, yes and no, because usually, right, you get a lead mid, and then you play with your jungler. You like look for these 2v2s. You look for
Hmm.
every objective. Once you have a lead, you. But I'm with Briar. Like respectfully, I don't really know what Briar does.
Hmm.
So I'm just already thinking about. I'm just like playing around like other lanes, just
Right.
roaming. Once I'm this ahead, right? Again, like she's pushing my mid wave. I have nothing to do mid. I'm just roaming.
Yeah. Fascinating. Very
That
interesting.
zeal, that zeal helps for that too. So like, I think I had that in my mindset for sure. Buying zeal, that I'm gonna roam a lot this game
Hmm.
from the way it looked.
Yeah, and it's not like you're forcing it. It's like it's just more opportunistic. It's like, well, they're low. I'm in the area. My team is in the area. I'm gonna if the opportunity presents itself, you're gonna go for it. You're also
Exactly,
completely content if there is no option, and I mean, there is no opportunity. You're not gonna force anything. You're just completely happy to just play two wave stacks and play with your jungler and get vision and farm and scale, right?
exactly. I mean, I have zeal. I'm running the map. I'm getting resources. I'm getting kills.
Interesting.
Um, I'm not dropping that much also because I mean, Aatrox catches that wave. I'm catching top.
Hmm.
So it's not that bad as a team. It's really
Yep.
good. I mean, I'm still 70 CS9. I mean, not the best, but it's still good for the amount of time that I roamed. Actually, it's pretty good.
Yeah, considering you've roamed like 3 times, it's actually very good. Okay, so beautiful. So now lane assignments, we come back to mid. Beautiful.
again, like if I can fight her, I'm gonna fight her. But if she doesn't give it to me, I'm gonna probably just push, go fog, either reset, either look for other rooms, get some vision.
Yeah, so it looks like we're doing one thing I'm noticing about your play is that you're very aware of what's happening on the map. You're using a lot of your mental stack to really think about what's my jungler doing. Because like here at every single point in time, you're always aware of where your blitzcrank and where your jungler is. And so here you don't waste any time. You're like, oh, my team's bot side, boom, I'm gonna go hold the bot side. And it's not that
Yeah,
you're gonna again overforce anything, but at least you're in the area. So in case something happens, you can kind of adapt.
exactly. I mean, and then I'm here. If they wanted to dive right, I would be here. I'm just staying here. I'm staying fog right. Cassio's probably pinging missing. Just staying fog is so OP, honestly.
Hmm. Yep. We're in a very, very good position here. Cassio Oz.
So now she's diveable too. That's really nice. Like when she's that low, you know that she's not a champion.
Okay, so let's go back here. So I'm assuming the reason you didn't play to dive here. What is that? Is that because you have a bounty? Is it because you didn't know where Shaco was? What was the thought process here?
I mean, yeah, I don't know where Shaco is. My Blitz, I don't know where their support is. Could be like he just died. He could be coming mid. My various farming camps. I'm gonna just come here. She'd probably stay right. I don't think she has TP. So I mean, I'm still using my time to get this Krug. So it's extra CS, extra gold, extra
Fascinating.
XP.
There's a Yasuo player I work with, and I'm watching that. And I'm like, he would have 100% dove that and then died to a support room or some shit. Like, out of interest, with the Yasuo players that you've worked with, 'cause I know that you do a bit of coaching on the side with Yasuo players. What are some of the things that you observe with these Yasuo players that you work with? Like, I guess comparing to your own play.
I mean, I would say like a big thing is not knowing how to chill. Like I got the lead already. I'm Thanos this game no matter what. I don't need an extra little kill here. Just go for the guaranteed scuttle crab. And then
Yes.
if she overstays, my Blitzcrank comes. He came. I'm killing her no matter what. Like it's not
Oh,
like she's able to do anything when she's no mana on the turret like that. She's a bot. She'll have to drop CS no matter what. I'm gonna just use my time, go there, come back, keep denying while not taking a risk, right? Like that's the thing. It's guaranteed. I'm winning guaranteed. So
man, that is so refreshing to hear. You have no idea because you know what's fascinating as well with Yasuo specifically is that the personality type, the type of person who plays Yasuo, doesn't typically tend to think like that, right? They're like the high dopamine, just fight, fight, fight 24/7, take risks 24/7 type of player. It's actually very rare that you hear of a very poised, controlled, conservative, low risk oriented Yasuo player. Have you found that as well?
I mean, yeah, be honest, I play a lot of Syndra too, right? It's my second pick. So
Right.
Syndra, you know how you gotta be. Really like just focus on yourself, just farm, scale up, don't make mistakes. I think I took a little bit of that in my Yasuo gameplay, I'll be honest.
Yeah, right.
I mean here there's no play right. I mean the guy missed. I don't have ult, no wind wall. I can't really
Yep.
follow up. But honestly, she reset her bounty, not bad.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, again, I'm glad that you didn't compensate. You didn't have R. There wasn't really a ton you could have done, and you're not really at your balk yet. Once you get your balk, that's when you're going to start to spike massively as well.
I mean, I don't usually do that right. I extremely greeted with not cold. So like it's 1500 gold off your first item with
Mm.
like zeal and cold. It's really greedy. So I'm not that strong yet, but on my first item it's GG for sure.
Okay, very good. Taking beautiful little short trades. We have first move again. Again, beautiful awareness of what's happening around the map, so we can move to the play just to see if what's going on, see if there's any play opportunity.
The guy just disappeared now.
Yep, this is all
Wanna
fine.
kill
So we're
mid?
chilling. So
Exactly.
bot
Just
lane tower has died, so we should be looking to swap up the lane assignments relatively soon here, which is going to make the game a lot easier for you, right? Because once you're in the side lane versus this Cassio, that's when you're going to just be out of control.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
you're a misplay.
I mean, you just don't need to E, no? You just hold.
Yeah, that E was terrible. That E was bad. So like then I had to ignite and a little bit of BM because to not look dumb, right? It's all about mental stuff. Yeah, that E was just bad. Just keep it. I mean that forces my ignite, I guess, because if he flashes, but whatever.
Okay, so now, I mean, you're in an amazing scenario. We've got our Borg in base. I mean, this is where we should be recalling ideally and syncing our base with the Kaiser and swapping lane assignments. Now, you end up staying for Raptors. Okay, so let's
Yeah, I
take a
mean,
look at this. because Kaisek did cancel the base, and it looks like they were actually staying to look for a dive on the MF here.
I mean, even if I have my gold, I mean, it doesn't mean that I have to base just because I have it.
True.
Just staying on the map the longest. I mean, take this Raptor while my jungler's bot side. It's actually pretty good.
Yep, as long as your
Um,
team is actively on the map doing things, it's good for you to stay.
exactly. I think here I reset though. Probably looks good. Maybe
Kaiser's still bot. You might have to stay a little bit longer here. Be interesting to see what you do. Yep, good. I think staying here
stay.
makes way more sense, right? If Kaiser's staying bot, you can't really base. You're just going to lose farm otherwise.
I hard push this wave and reset now.
Yep, beautiful.
Yep.
Much better. Kaiser's basing, we base, excellent. So, out of interest, how highly do you prioritize dragons on your Yasuo? Is that something you think about, or you don't give a shit?
Ooh, what am I doing?
This
Just
is.
staying. Yeah, this is
Come
bad,
on,
right? I just
Aiden.
wanna. I just got baited.
Yeah, I mean, this
I'm
is where
not
you
gonna.
just got to
If
say no, right? This is where you
Yeah,
just got to
exactly.
ping back. This is not the play you want, right? You got 2,600
Yeah,
gold.
no.
You're
I
setting a world
reset, go
record.
bot. It's GG. Wait, what's happening? Why did I stay? I don't even know why I stayed. I hope I don't steal this guy's wave. Never know. I reset though. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is all just wasted time, right? This is, I mean, this kill is incredibly low value, even if we
Yeah.
were to get the kill. Even if we were to get the kill, to be honest.
Mm-mm. Then I think I just go bot then without recalling. I'm not even. No, I'm just recalling.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just bad then. I think I was mad too because I was like really short of coal. Maybe that's why I stayed. But
Ah, so we trying to grade the cull. Yeah.
yeah, like I'm greedy. I'll be honest. I'm really greedy. That's like maybe something bad about me.
Yeah, I mean, everyone makes errors, right? You're not perfect. Okay, so beautiful. We're in the side now. We destroy Cassio in the isolated 1v1. We've got no dragon up for a while. Your jungle's on the other side of the map. So what's your mindset in the side lane here? What are you looking to get done?
I'm looking to honestly just push, have perma prio, get this turret. It's really low. Um, I know that I'm not like killable by Shaco, I think, and Cassio. I don't think they can really kill me. I have flash, so just looking to push. If I can get either Gromp, jungle camps, red scuttles, while pushing, staying in the fog, having perma prio. That's what I'm looking for here. Not necessarily killing Cassio. I don't have to kill her. Remember, like this is completely fine. I think she might have been cheesing me, but I see her mid now, so I'm just
Yeah.
going.
I Okay, I want to ask some questions here. So let's go back. So out of base, you come back, you recognize that your team is on the other side of the map. There's no point contesting the wave ASAP, so you get the Gromp, which is good.
Yeah,
And then what ends up happening here is that you end up collecting this wave, and then it looks like you're kind of worried about the
yeah,
Shaco
her.
and Cassio, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Castle, like one of the bushes, but she could be cheesing with ult, looking to ult me when I'm walking for it. So I'm just like staying away, but the second I see her mid, I'm going for that turret.
Yeah, and I think what you saw is like you wanted to like second guess you second guess yourself like, oh, they camping the bush, and then if you back off a little bit, maybe that would make Cassio show. And then I think when Cassio didn't show, despite you walking away, that's when you
Exactly.
decided, okay,
Yeah, exactly.
she's no way there, because if she was in that bush, she would have went on the wave. So it was kind of
Yeah.
like a test, right?
Yeah,
And
it's just
then
about not being cheesed.
exactly, and
That's
then
the only way I die is if I get cheesed by Shake or Cassie ult. That's the
yeah,
only way.
yeah, if they get the jump onto you, but if they don't get the jump onto you, you're gonna be fine. And then you saw
Exactly.
Cassio mid, so yeah, we just stay bot, don't compensate. Good. Good. This is really good.
And I think I take just if the jungle camps are up, I'm gonna just take them. Yep.
Huge. And you just got to be a vacuum. Just keep up your farm. Don't overcomplicate it, right? Just stay
At this
alive.
point, just stay relevant. I mean, I'm already really fed. Just stay relevant, I guess. Just keep farming resources, and they can't get me in the ground. Right, I'll always be Thanos this game. As long as I just keep doing my thing, I'm really close of IE. Probably just
So,
not really fighting because I'm weak side, right? My team, I mean, Check was there, but I'm just pushing, going for even more CS. That's the thing, right? Just keep your CS up.
so when you're working with Yasuo clients and they get into the mid game, what are some of the mistakes you see with Yasuo in mid game, or is it just the same thing, just not valuing their life and making dumb plays and dying?
That and also just grouping with your team perma, like kind of what I did mid, but like the whole game, right? Like not thinking for yourself. You gotta be more selfish. You gotta just get in that side lane, keep farming. Most Yasuos they have like really low CS. They have like 7 CS average on the Yasuo game. It's really bad, right? You gotta just and what does that happen? They just group with their team, just coin flip that there's gonna be a good play, and they drop waves on the side lane. Just And then side lane, you win like most of the time. Especially that's why I'm going to Ignite too. I know that I'm like a big threat inside. I like Ignite. Now there's a downside to it. You don't have TP, so but I'm liking Ignite as well because of the prio.
So typically, the reason farm is really important is because you need to get to your IE, your two items. Because once you get Bork IE now, you're pretty god mode at this stage, right?
Yeah, with Zeal is actually like pretty strong. That move
Mm.
speed on Yasuo, extra attack speed. Zeal's actually really strong if you can buy it and like
Mm.
not get punished really.
Okay, I've got a question back here. So Dragon, we come back off this lull state here. Dragon was coming up in about a minute, 50 seconds. How much of your attention do you consider, or how much do you put into the Dragon? Do you care about Dragon yet? Are you thinking about Dragon or not?
I'll be honest, I think this game will be over like before Dragon, so I don't really care about it. But if my team wants to do it, I'll go group up with them to do
Right.
it. I won't like do it on my own
Yep.
unless I have like nothing really much to do.
And so your mindset here is the same thing. Try and make the Cassio react to waves, push it all the
Playing
way
for
to
this
tier
turret.
two.
I'm playing for this turret now. There's 600 gold standing here for me, legit for free. So I'm just playing for that.
Yep, here comes Briar. Not really too much you can do here. You don't really have anything to stack your Q off of, but Briar smurfing,
Yeah,
so.
she kills the wave as well. Like, yeah,
Beautiful. You know what I'm noticing as well is, and this is like one of the massive misconceptions that I've kind of seen is like people watch all these PC Zhang montages or they watch Yasuo montages and they think that playing Yasuo is about flashy plays 24/7. You know, like constantly looking for crazy solo kills and crazy R plays or whatever. And it's just like, yeah, sure. You know, there are going to be moments where you need to outplay, but like for the most part, you can play or like what's going to get you the most results in solo queue isn't the flashy stuff, right? With Yasuo.
it's consistency. It's just winning your 1v1. Now, does that mean you have to go for crazy outplays 1v2, 1v? No, you just gotta keep your farm up, win lane, and trust me, like it's actually important to it. There's certain games where you're gonna have to actually be flashy because you're gonna get camped.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to, but when it's not needed, just hey,
All
relax,
right.
get your farm up. I think I hear I'm taking dragon because I just don't have much to do, right? Just in case, I guess, just get that soul point going in case the game, I guess.
Yeah, and just
Yeah.
quickly on that conversation because I think it's really important is that again a lot of the personalities that tend to tend to play Yasuo that are drawn to Yasuo they're not really again thinking about the game as a big picture as much. They typically want to play Yasuo because they want to fight shit, they want to outplay people, whatever, and that's
Yeah.
fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can't overemphasize that. You can't, if you're only watching Yasuo montage plays 24/7 while you're in queue, you're going to have such a warped perception of what the champion really is.
I'll be honest, yeah, you gotta watch full gameplays. You gotta watch
Yes.
even just like not just Yasuo, just any player. Like um even like videos like on YouTube, I don't really like that because people just post stuff they're winning, like stuff like that. You
Yeah.
gotta you gotta see the guy lose as well. You gotta see how he does when he's behind, when stuff like that happens, right?
Yes.
Um,
I love that.
because you're
And
not always gonna be ahead on Yasuo, right? You're not always gonna be like, walking on the map, eat flash Q someone, then he just one shots you because you're behind. Like, good job, you just wasted your flash.
all right, now this game looks pretty over. So what we'll do, we'll move into the next game, and then we'll see if we can draw some conclusions.
Yeah.
So this one is the Yasuo versus Talon. Now this one we have the map cover, so we'll have to bear with that one. So you've actually opted in for exhaust in this one. So is that something you typically do
Uh,
into assassin matchups or comp
I'll be
holistically?
honest. I'll be honest. Yeah, I think it's really good into Talon. I think it's really good into Hecarim. I also think it's good with my Nunu. Exhaust, right? If let's say we're just running someone down, I can just press exhaust on him with Nunu. He hits a snowball, GG. So I think that's why I went. But I like exhaust honestly into some assassins. I like it. I was trying it also. I think.
Yep.
But yeah.
Now while we're loading into this game, I just want a few kind of questions about your journey. Now, in terms of people that you watch, like who did you watch when you were kind of improving as yes, or did you not? Did you kind of learn yourself?
I'll be honest. Yasuo Mo, right?
Yep.
Like his prime, we'll say, was pretty much when I started playing Yasuo. Right, I was really young. He was really funny. He was like, that's the god you watch on YouTube if you're trying to learn Yasuo back then. Um, but yeah, I think I watched Yasuo, but Yasuo, in my opinion, like from what I remember, it wasn't doing like that many combos. Right, it was just more like edited stuff to look at and just okay, Yasuo's fun, nice. I think I also watched a bit of the Wandering Pro. I don't know if you know, it's the like Yasuo
Yeah.
from EU West.
Yep. The US guy. Yeah.
That one, like he did montages. Um, like Exhaust OP. That one did montages, so like I learned about airblading. I was what Yasuo can airblade. Yasuo can do that. That's how I learned my like the combos, I think.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think
Okay.
here it's pretty
Interesting.
good what I did. Like got the kill. I'm not just laying back, right? I'm making sure the wave pushes to me with manipulation. I don't know if you saw. Um,
Yeah. Okay. So let's get specific here. So, okay. So let's go back. Oh, so you pulled the wave. Okay. So now they're going to target 1 minion, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not just like happy. I'm not content. Oh, nice, one kill. I don't care. Game on. Like I'm a keep winning lane. Um, I'm not like unfocusing just because I got one kill.
Yep.
So I
So,
think he should miss 1 minion.
so would you consider a Talon matchup quite good for you? Good for you from a Yasuo perspective?
Um, I think so. Yeah, I think all the assassins pretty much, except maybe like yeah, Talon. I would say is like easy, right? Because most of the time they just, I mean, every assassin they just flip roams. I'll be honest. They like flip roams. They
Right.
miss all their CS if it doesn't work. I mean, honestly, even if it works, because like here I did a bit massive misplay. I should have just EQ'd.
You mean you should have just EQ'd directly on top of him so you just
Yeah, I
don't miss
think
it? Yeah.
EQ auto.
Yeah.
There's a point like where you get enough attack speed where E auto Q is like better damage.
Hmm.
But at that point, early game, I should have just E auto Q. I even canceled the auto, so that was terrible.
But again,
But yeah,
what I love here, again, similar to the Casio VOD, is that you're so intentional with your wave management here. You're really making sure that you're slow building waves and giving yourself plenty of room to trade. You're a very patient Yasuo player. So that's what I love about your gameplay. You're very patient and you're so intentional with your wave management. There's too many Yasuos that you see that just have no, like they're so, I guess occupying their brain with trades rather than the actual waves. And you're doing a very good job of balancing both.
I'll be honest. Every E matters. Every Q matters. Everything matters on the wave. Like you gotta keep it intact. That's when it's gonna be good. Now I know he's gonna be pushing back to me. It allows my Nunu to gank him. I'm gonna be fine as well. I don't have exhaust too, which is like not. I don't really like it, right? Because I can't necessarily fight him. I'm down the spell, right? He didn't use flash or ignite when he
Yep.
died. Um, so I'm like more like I'm just saying here. I know that's a lot. That happens a lot in when you're playing Yasuo. You get that first push. Now enemy is pushing to you. He's gonna try, like he knows that he has to get that wave shoved, right? My goal is to just keep it there. It's so free for the jungler to come when the wave's here. My goal is just to keep it here. If I keep him interested, right? Don't just give him the full push. Trim it a little bit. Make him work for it, and hopefully my jungler can come by the end of like that sequence.
Oh, this is just beautiful. Yeah, I mean, you're making him sweat for the wave, right? You're just making it
Yeah,
hard as possible for him to get the wave in. Because from no matter the champion, regardless of this is Talon or not, what they want to do is just they want to get this wave in at all costs because this is danger territory for them. But this is
it's over. Yeah.
Yasuo's best wave state, essentially. Yeah, and I love these. You're going for some beautiful AoE EQs here, beautiful Ws for in reaction to the Talon W, and you're just doing a really good
Awesome.
job of just keeping him interested, not allowing him to
Never
proc his
kills me here.
passive.
He's important here. He's 4 mana, right? So I know that I'm chilling.
Yeah,
And
this is
I
real
guess
nice.
he fails his E.
I
Um,
think he got greedy. I think he just tried to kill you. He's like, screw this
Maybe he went
guy.
for me. Maybe he went for me actually. I don't know.
I
But
think he did.
that's just picture perfect of what happened, right? I'm just keeping him interested here, making him work for it, chilling. My jungler ends up coming because it's a Nunu, right? Now would I do that if my jungler is like a Shyvana on the full clear? I mean, I would be probably playing like less aggro, right? But I would still like obviously make him work for it and try to take some trades. Maybe less aggressive though, because I knew my Nunu was coming.
Yeah, so if we get specific, right? Let's say you had a Shyvana, right? You would still make him sweat for the wave, but you probably wouldn't heavy trade as much, right? Because you would want to be healthy enough to play off the bounce to get your own
Exactly,
reset, no?
exactly. But I think the second I saw here, he's no mana. Talon, like Talon, that's the thing. Like his W usage when you play Talon, you gotta be good at it because you're just gonna run out of mana if you just spam W.
Yeah.
Now I think he was just playing for the wave crash and then get a reset. He was praying for that, but I didn't give it to him, so he just ended up dying.
Yeah, beautiful. Just really, really
Yeah.
nice wave management, good intention.
Again, really good base, right? Boom, boom, and like I should get a pot too, right?
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
not really a fan of building pots, but one a game. I mean two maximum. Even on Syndra, when I play Syndra, I'm the type of guy that just buys like one potion at the start of the game. Into like most matchups, 90%. Just every gold matters. I'm not wasting any.
Right. Yeah, you definitely seem like a very, very resource heavy player, which is what you got to be if you're playing Yasuo. You can't be any other way. If you're not selfish and you're not emphasizing your resources, I mean, you're just not going to win. I've got to add,
Oh,
skip this one. Yeah,
yeah.
there we go. So Wave's in a beautiful location.
Exactly. So now he's gonna have to come. I know that he has the only way he can trade with is with this W. Quick trade, no W. Like here, it's really pretty because like he has to W these back minions. The second he does that, I should be engaging honestly. Um, just taking trades. He's again like I got the freeze right, in and out. Comes boom.
I mean,
Again,
this is
just
very, very pretty. I want to dissect this one. So number one, I guess the first thing you did is that you pulled the wave, and then
I'm
now you
picking
got to
missing as well, right?
you pick,
Because
yeah, ping missing, beautiful, because Talon's probably going to want to go for some desperation roam, right? And he can't really get a roam off, so now he's in this really shitty position with the wave stuck on your side. Then what you do is you use your W, you take some beautiful trade, and because you don't have lethal tempo anymore, lethal tempo is gone. You can't just stick on him. You got to just take the short trade, back off, in out, in
out.
out.
Yeah. Now he
Again,
has no W. Right?
has no W. You go in again. You utilize your bone
Gives me
plating.
for some reason.
One thing, a lot of little detail as well. You don't E him immediately. You stick on top of him with orders and Qs first, and then you E him later on. That E was, well, I mean, I guess it's okay. You can go back and forward there to stack up your flow. Great
Yeah, just
execution.
it out. We're chilling. Fleet is so OP, I would say. But yeah, here we just push then, and then now, right? What am I doing? Oh yeah, just get the plate. It's just reset, and I perma win that 1v1, right? It's over. Actually, I would say, yeah, that's the thing. A big thing about Yasuo, like, don't necessarily have to base here, right? The more I stay, the better it is, kinda. I don't have to spend my gold if I feel that I'm still winning, right? If I feel like I'm still winning.
Yeah, as long as you have
Uh,
resources here. I mean, you have one pot in your back pocket. You got fleet. This game, you don't have the D shield. You have the D blade. So
yeah.
this is worth noting. D blade got a bit of a nerf on the recent patch, right? So
Yeah, honestly, I think it's deserved. D-Blade was really strong, right? Really strong, but it's not that big of a nerf to Yasuo. Honestly, D-Blade was just really strong. I'll be honest. I had him. Like for some reason, every time I sold D-Blade, I wouldn't sell it. I would hate selling it,
yeah.
but D-Shield, I don't really mind selling it.
Okay, so let's break down this trade here for a second. So again, let the wave come out. You make him sweat for the crash. Beautiful Q3 in response to the Q there. Again, great W. So again, you're constantly going in. It's just a constant short trades. E in, auto Q, E out, rinse, repeat.
Yep. He has no W here, so I can always take that trade, and he ends up ulting for the wave, right? I'm not now again. Like I could be freezing this, right? What's the better play to me is just push because he has to reset here, right? He's no mana. Like freezing is good to get a lead. Once the guy's first out of base already, I'm gonna push work for that plate right here. It's 1 HP.
Yeah, and then you get
I'm
your
going for that.
recall. Probably get this play and get a reset. You're sitting on a lot of gold now, so
Yeah, we'll see. Oh yeah, he went for a plant actually, but I'm gonna still go
mm,
for that plant for sure. I mean for that turret.
yep, beautiful. Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to reset here. You're quite healthy, and
Yep.
because Talon's quite low as well, you can stay.
Nice plant also that I find. Yeah, I can work for that solo kill now. He has no ult, no nothing. That's what I'm thinking for sure.
Yeah, and that is the thing. One thing with Yasuo specifically, right, is that components aren't overly important. Like outside of Berserker Greaves, whether you go back and get like a double dagger or whatever, it's not really that important. It's not like when you're playing a mage, right? Like getting lost traps is really important. But when you're playing Yasuo, it's not really important, is it? Getting components.
Honestly, no. The only one that matters is boost. Honestly, and you're chilling right now. He also only has like 3 longswords, so I know that I'm chilling.
I actually want to really go deep on this because some people ask this question. So they say, okay, so this is a concept that you might be doing intuitively. I don't know how conscious you are of this, but the benefit of staying here is that you're not letting this guy get a free recall. The longer
Exactly.
you stay, if you're in an advantageous position, it's better for you because you're locking him in lane. You're just lane locking him, right?
Exactly. I want to talk about that, right? I'm lane locking them. I'm way stronger. I always have the first move. I'm not giving him that free reset. I keep on working for that solo kill, right? He's low. He's no. That's the thing. Every solo kill, like it's a step unless he gives it to you an int. Now at step 1, I took his ult. Now I'm taking a couple trades every time. We're getting him on the turret. I'm working for that solo kill, right?
Yeah.
And even if their jungler comes, I'm staying on the map. It builds pressure. Like I don't care if Hecarim comes here. I know Talon can't really follow up. I can just exhaust the Hecarim. I'm just like playing for pressure here. I
Yeah.
won't just
You're trying to be
take my
annoying.
foot off the gas. Yeah,
Yeah, and and
there.
and and this is actually something I learned from Chovy. Chovy in these scenarios as well doesn't recall on a lot of champions because he's like, well, why would I give them the free reset? Oh, damn.
You just keep working for the solo kill, and I ended up getting here. Okay, that was like insane, right?
Yeah,
But
that was insane. Let's go back. But another question though is if this guy resets, he resets and goes down -6. It's fine. It's a win-win, right? If he gets solo kill, he gets
exactly,
solo kill. But if he doesn't put himself in that solo getting solo kill position. That's fine. It's a win-win, right? So this is really
it's a
good.
win-win. I'm already up 21 CS. We can see it. It's massive. 21 CS already.
I mean, this is you just bamboozled him. He's like he had no idea that you were gonna go for that.
I was like,
Um,
honestly, that dash I hit it like maybe 60% of the time.
damn.
But it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. Here it gives me the kill. You know, I know he has flash here. So in my head, I was going for like he flashes, then I EQ flash. Like I wanted to
Yeah,
do that in my head.
yeah.
That would have been like the clip of the century. But
Bloody hell, that was nice. That was really clean. Beautiful. It's a great little recall now because we've killed the Talon,
yep,
spend our gold, working towards our Bork. So if we take a look at the game, this game's not. It's look, your bot lane's obviously doing a great job, but Hecarim's doing okay, and now it's just a matter of snowballing. So same thing, value life really highly, right? That's number one. Yeah, value life really highly, getting good vision, and basically not throwing away your bounty, right?
yeah, exactly. And just playing for that turret. At that point, Talon's for sure gonna go for like some desperation roams. I'm not really gonna follow it. I'm not interested. I'm just playing for that turret, right? I'll probably win 1v2 it also. Oh yeah, he did. I
Yeah.
think I think he gets a double kill here actually with a shutdown. I think he gets massive.
Let's go back. If we go back, it looks like you got a bit sloppy with your pings there. I mean,
Yeah, I probably didn't ping, but honestly, also like I think they greeted the recall. If I see on the minimap, like they recalled there, could have gone on the turret, but
yeah,
honestly, I'm still happy. I'll be honest here, I'm still happy because
yeah, we're still
I'm
in a
getting
good
two
spot.
plates here. I'm getting like two plates, or like I'm always chilling here. I don't really mind. I'll be honest, like
Yeah,
maybe it looks dumb, but I'm that selfish that I don't mind because I'm getting plates. Actually, he gets a triple kill mid gap.
yeah. I mean,
But
it's fine. I mean, like again, I mean, at the end of the day, the only thing that we can control there is our pings, and that's
yeah,
it. We could have pinged a bit
but
better. It is what it is.
I'll be honest, in my head, I'm like so ahead that even if he gets those kills, I'm still winning the lane because I'm level 9 at 9 minutes. I think it's like worth noting. It's
Yep.
pretty much over. Getting for I'm working for that turret. It's for sure falling before 14 minutes. Nunu can work for every single objective at that point for sure. Um, so no point for me to like be worried. I have exhaust if it ever comes down to it, but
Yep. So same thing. Working towards our Bork here. I love how you're holding the wave from neutral state. You're not just permanently spamming in waves. It looks like support is actually missing here as well, and this gives you more room to trade.
exactly. The guy comes, probably nothing. Yeah, but yeah, just make him walk up so I can look for trades. That's the thing. Think I place a pink. Should.
Yep. Beautiful. Compliment your jungler here.
And that's what I'm talking about here. I'm winning mid. Gonna make sure my jungler gets every single objective, right? Bot lane dies again. Like I'm not really worried. I know that I'm Thanos this game. The comp's kind of scary, right? Like triple bruiser with
Hmm.
double enchanter bot lane.
Yeah, it could get a little bit sketchy now, right? With the Seraphine, with the Fed Hack Room, it could be a little bit annoying. So it'll be interesting to see how you translate your lead this game. Yep, burn the R, huge.
That's a panic exhaust, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all right. Let's go back here. So, okay, so for starters, Wave's in a good position. He's like fighting you for whatever reason. Get a beautiful EQR, kite back out. He goes back to trade on the back end. Okay. I think what you thought intuitively, you thought you might have not been able to avoid the W, and so you thought he might be able to. Maybe that was going to
Yeah,
hurt you with the ignite potentially. I don't know.
yeah. It's whatever. Just don't risk it. Also here, I want to say like I didn't EQ flash just to look fancy, right? I know he has flash because I didn't see him flash bot lane, so I'm EQ flashing for him to like because if I just go for an EQ on him, if he has flash, he just flashes away. Now I don't want to play for that, so I have to EQ flash there. It's not like, oh, I'm just doing it because I'm in the montage, right? The play was to EQ flash there if I think he has flash. No risk.
Okay, so now we are at our balk. We're in a very, very good position. So we'll see how we translate our lead here. Now, it's a bit trickier here, right? Because now we have no sums. We're actually under a lot more threat. So we've got to be very, very careful.
Yes and no, but the second I do that right here, the second I get him this low, it basically gave me the lane again. I was gonna put him in the clip again if the Raptors were up.
Yeah, and look,
Um,
it's hard for us to comment about, how risky it is, what your play is, because we don't really have information about the Hecarim in this game from the map cover. But I'm assuming, giving you the benefit of the doubt that you had information about Hecarim's whereabouts, right? You wouldn't be doing
I
this
wouldn't be
play.
fighting that hard for sure. Hell no,
Yeah.
no,
Like if you
no.
didn't know where Hecarim was and he could be mid, then there's no way you'd be doing this, because you'd just be giving a bounty, right? So
I for sure have vision like on the map with pinks and stuff. There's no way I'm fighting like that. There's no
yep.
way.
Okay, so
Jindu's near.
beautiful. Okay, so Talon does again. We're in a very good position. Hecarim's now showing top side, so we might be able to get mid tower here.
Yeah, that's what I'm playing for, right? Hecarim was top side. Yeah, okay. Probably saw him
So,
somewhere.
so this is
Oh,
this is very different to the way you approached the last game, right? Last game you were roaming all over the place. You were shoving and moving, shoving and moving. And this game you're more playing to dominate the Talon. Is there a reason for that, or is it just the way the matchup is? Like melee matchups, you're more inclined to play for the 1v1.
sorry, the matchup is just I feel like Cassio last game the way the game aligned, she didn't really give me much after like early game. She was just
Right.
like more just chilling on the turret, not really walking up. I'm just still pushing into Rome. But here the guy was walking up every time. I got good trades, so once you get good trades on the build up on the wave, you can play for a dive. You can play for kills,
Yeah.
and if he stays right, if he stays under, I stay too. I know that I'm like way more useful than him at that point.
Mhm.
Just playing for perma pressure in mid lane
Yep.
dominance.
Okay, so this one's interesting. So Hecarim's very strong, 3-0. You've got 2 dragons in your back pocket. Bot's still doing pretty good in the 2v2. Lane assignments are not going to get swapped up yet. Cled's starting to roam a little bit here. Okay, it'll be interesting to see what you do here. So we're still strong. We're really, really strong. This guy is quite strong as well, this Cled, to be honest.
Yeah, I bought that clot armor too because I think I had 700 gold right. I was short of pickaxe, so I'm building armor right. They have Talon, Hecarim, and Cred topside. But I think that's like important too. I hate leaving the base with like anything over like 400 gold, to be honest. Like it's not the best.
Yep. So beautiful. We shove and move. El Clasico, keep it simple. We have ulti here.
Oh,
He
I
plays
should
it
play well.
well.
I mean, there's no play for me. Then I just go
Yep.
back mid shove.
Yep.
He has no ult now, so again, same thing. The only way they kill me, Hecarim can't solo gank mid, right? I'm gonna beat him up,
Yep.
for sure. Talon's no ult now, no flash. I should like honestly look to counter jungle. If there are any camps
Yeah,
up.
if we take Raptors on spawn, that'd be great. I mean, to be honest, when I look at this game, all you got to do really is try and get into
Keep
the
farming.
side soon and keep farming, yeah, and play for dragons. Really, you've got 2 dragons in your back pocket as well. You can fight around dragons.
Exactly, and then just yeah,
But
that's the thing. I got yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, it seems like your approach is very simple. It's like, how do I make myself as strong as possible? So then, by the time the mid game rolls around, I don't really need to overcomplicate. I don't need to do anything fancy. I just need to rock up to the fight and execute because I'm just
I'll
so
be honest.
strong.
Yeah, I'll be honest. That's my approach. Just do anything I can to win lane, and then stay relevant. Keep farming. Not necessarily like just stay consistent in the game. I know that go for low risk, high reward type plays. Just don't throw my lead, right? Just keep my lead. I would say,
Mm.
and then execute in team fights later on with my lead. So and that's actually a pretty good recipe for a win. If like that's the thing with Yasuo, you can get the first 10 minutes right of the game. That's what matters, right? If you gotta be ahead somehow in the first 10 minutes because you don't right. You're meta 80 carry. You gotta somehow get a lead. Either you, your jungler, your team. You gotta make something happen. You can't just be chilling, right?
And what I love about the way you've played this game, by the way, notice how every play that you've gone for, even from back here, you always shoved the wave first. You didn't ditch waves. You're always shoving, moving. So even though you didn't get any kills through this whole sequence, you're not losing any farm. So as long as you're
Exactly.
getting the farm, that's all that matters here.
I'm not forcing anything. I'm going
Yeah.
for the free wave in front of me. Then I'm looking for something. Is there something that I can
Yeah.
maybe do? Okay, if there is, wonderful. If not, go back mid, keep farming. Okay, then try it again. Right, try again. And I get here.
Yeah, and if this play didn't happen, it's still fine. You could have just taken Raptors. You know, you got Dragon coming up. Like, there's so many things you could do. You didn't have to play. It's like this is not you forcing anything. It's just it's a high percentage opportunistic play.
After taking the wave, which is like
Yeah.
really important. You're not dropping like waves is XP, wave is gold, wave is that's the thing I think a lot of like low Yasuos don't understand. Waves are so important. Just to never like to drop. You can't drop a wave, you can't drop free gold, standing gold for free. XP, like it's so important to get the waves, even if you're really fed. You want to stay ahead, you want to keep your lead.
Yeah. And so farming up an absolute storm. Lane assignments are now going to get swapped up soon.
That's Hum strolling in the chat.
Yeah, now we're just farming everyone. Be interesting to see when we base this. So let's just go back here a little bit. So I'm assuming you didn't base here because you see the enemy's dead. So you're using this as an opportunity to just basically be a vacuum. Take all their jungle camps, get yourself further ahead. No need to base
Yeah,
if we don't immediately have to. Use this as an opportunity to just get out of. This is basically mega snowballing.
mega snowballing, and also like that's really annoying to their Hecarim. Just anytime you're ahead and anytime you're able to take a jungle camp, steal it away, it's really annoying to the enemy jungler. If you're able to do it, now I took two right here. So Hecarim's gonna like wake up from his death, come back, there's nothing. So it's really annoying, right? He's gonna have to either steal some CS from his team just for something. I mean, in that case, I think here I die. Kind of like fighting with infinite gold, right?
Yeah, this is where I think the dopamine, the adrenaline is is probably taken over here. And this
Honestly, was I out if Talon wasn't here? Like I flashed over the guy's ult. Like
well, let's see, let's see,
honestly,
let's see. Let's see if we can play this
you,
better. So EQ R
I did a wind wall declared Q. That's one thing.
oh no, with the Hecarim R as well, it'd be really hard to get out of this. I mean,
And IQ with fleet. The thing is, IQ the guy with fleet footwork move speed.
hmm,
Honestly, I think I'm out if Talon doesn't come out.
it's close. It's definitely close. If you flash upwards and maybe there's a blast code, maybe it'd be close. But look, and look,
All good.
okay,
It's worth going for.
okay, I'm intrigued. I wanna really deep dive on this actually because this is where right? Again, the Yasuo players that I've worked with, they will justify any means the macro aspect of their play by overemphasizing the micro. So this is the tricky thing. Micro-wise, yes, you could have theoretically played this better, right? Let's say objectively, you could have, avoided the Kled Q, whatever. You could have maybe, ran upwards and blah, 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 right? You could have done these little things, right? But
Yeah.
realistically, if you were to review this, let's say you personally, is your major takeaway here more the micro component or is it more the macro? Like,
Be honest. I think just in general, climbing on Yasuo is 90%. Just in the game in general, 90% macro. Micro is 10%. As long as you have the right intention to do what you want to do, it's good here for sure, right? I think I got 2 kills and I got a little bit excited, right? I can just dip after the 2 kills.
yeah,
I don't have to keep going like
yeah,
crazy. But it happens, right? But I will say like macro is the thing that's the most important. Even on any champion, I would say, right? Obviously, it matters how you do what you want to do. But I think the having the right intention in what you want to do is the best thing, right? Here, just knowing that I got the 2 kills, just dip.
yeah. Because at the end of the day, right, it's like the way I view it is like, yeah, sure, I guess you're at a challenger level. These little details matter. But if you're talking the average, let's say, Diamond Yasuo player, this play here, their ability to mechanically outplay this, or even a master tier Yasuo, this is not the difference, right? Like, in my experience, it's like why the hell are we taking this play? You got 2,800 gold in your back pocket. You're legit in 1v9 territory. You could base, go bot, and
Yeah,
then
and GG.
and GG, right? Like why even take this play? That's my point.
Yeah, that's true. Mm.
Okay, so fast forward here.
I
So
think it happens. I think you're never gonna see a Yasuo player that like it doesn't happen in a game where like
yeah,
they get excited. It's the essence of Yasuo, right? You gotta get into this like risky spots, finally like go for a play. Obviously, it wasn't needed to go for that play here, but you gotta have some fun. You're playing Yasuo.
100%.
Obviously, like I'm fed already, right? So like, and in my head, the game's already over. I mean, I'm up 60 CS.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
like to
no,
say games are already over because like you always lose any game to be honest if you throw, but
hmm.
I don't know. Even the jungler actually is really ahead on my jungler now. 60 CS.
Yeah, and the reason I mentioned that is I just think like I think that play you just did there is what loses a lot of people games. I mean, obviously you're in an amazing position where you're farming like over 10 CS per minute and you're so far ahead, and you could probably there's room for error at this stage of the game. But if you're not that far ahead, that's the sort of play that's going to lose you a game, right?
I think you're more conscious also when the game is like you're more conscious when the game is like on the line.
Mm.
I think in this spot my lead's already claimed. I'm just trying to have fun with it,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
Um, Obviously if the game was like more close, I think I would just be sitting in the side lane, getting fed and stuff. But there's nothing wrong with having some fun.
Yeah, and I've got a question now. I made some notes here on the side while we're going through this. What are maybe some misconceptions about Yasuo that you hear from people, maybe the wider community, maybe people who don't even play Yasuo? Like, what are things you hear? You're like, that's just wrong. That's just not what Yasuo is about, or that's just completely delusional.
Any people that say Yasuo's weak, in my opinion, Yasuo's just never gonna be weak, just because of like the essence of the champion. He's so unique. You can always find a way to adapt, right? Obviously, it's not this. Like people call him weak because of no lethal tempo. He's not the same strong as lethal tempo, but he's like to me, he's still stronger, even stronger. Like that lethal tempo is really like okay, it was a big thing, but it doesn't make him weak now that he doesn't have a little tempo, right? He just changed, right? Yasuo changes. He doesn't become weaker. He just changes. You got to find a different way to play him. He's really unique. Now I will say one thing: like when they release these new champions every time, it makes Yasuo weaker. I'll be honest, because they all have dashes, stuns, crazy stuff. That's the only thing that makes Yasuo weaker. So maybe in like 3, 4 seasons of other Desantes and stuff like that, maybe
Auroras.
Yasuo will be weak. Auroras and stuff like that. Yasuo will be weak, but
Yeah.
if not, no, right? You saw, I think that's how you reached out to me, right? You saw my tweet. I'm playing with my thumb, right? I think if I'm making that happen, I think Yasuo cannot be weak. So
Wait. What do you
I
mean
don't
you're
know.
playing with your thumb? I didn't even know that.
You didn't see my tweet? I
No,
think that's how you. I think that's how you like. I thought that was like that was like how you messaged me.
no. How I found you was one of my clients that I work with. You would have heard him in solo. You AJ? Do you know AJ? Like RJ.
AJ.
It's like AHJ.
I think so.
He's
Oh,
a
ASJ.
yeah,
Yeah, he's a
yeah.
Yone guy.
Yeah, so he's one of my clients, and he actually works as a coach in my Midland Academy program. And I was reaching out to him. I said, "Oh, who are like the best OTPs or the best players and that you play with? I want to talk to about them about the champion." And he said, "Oh, Aidenyasuo is like the best by far." And then I just
Yeah.
reached out to you. So do you want to expand on what you were talking about in terms of like your thumb? Like, what do you mean exactly?
I mean, I'll be honest, like I've had like this hand injury for like 2 years
Hmm.
in a way where I'm trying to get it fixed, but I don't like I've went to every doctor, stuff like that, taken any tests, stuff like that, and every result of the test come out as like fine. So I don't I'm like in this shitty like in this bad spot. Okay. But and I quit the game. I'll be honest, I quit the game for like 6 months, right? I came back like I would say 2.5 months ago.
Hmm.
Um, Before that, right? I was like obviously challenger. I came back, I would say 2 months ago, and obviously my fingers. That's the biggest part. My fingers are like when I use them to play on the mouse are really bad. So I mean, you know what I did? I just do you see my cam?
Yeah.
I put left click here and right click here,
Oh
and I'm
my.
playing like this.
Oh my
Like
god.
just I'm playing like this.
So that's
Like
because your other four fingers are just like hard
my
to
three
use.
fingers. They're just
Okay.
like I have some median nerve injury. I would say some like that. They just hurt
Right.
when I use them. I even tried like taking a 6 month break.
Mm.
So and it didn't help. So now I just find out okay, let me just play with my thumb then.
Did they say that
And
was from playing League or
I don't
not?
think so because even after a 6 month break, it didn't change
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, right.
Like the pain is still here. Imagine like it's constant. It's just constant.
Oh,
It
wow.
just so I'm
That's
just
terrible.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean I'm hoping I get it fixed because I'm young, so I don't think
Yeah.
it can be that bad.
Mm.
But yeah, that's why I mean like I don't think Yasuo's that bad. If I come back after like 6 months of not playing, find a whole new way of playing. I have to adapt like my head to it, right? It's really bad to like the whole muscle memory, right? It was really bad at the start, but I mean have to adapt everything and then still hit challenger within like two
Yeah,
months.
wow, that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. I literally didn't even know that. Wow. mean, you should be bloody proud of yourself, dude. I mean, most people get
I am.
so attached, right, to the way they play and like they're set up, like the monitor has to be the right height and everything, and you're like
Uh,
completely playing with a new fucking with the new style holding your hand.
yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Wow, that's amazing, man.
it was hard, but I got that on lock now. I'll be honest.
Well, look, I think we've really covered a lot of beautiful stuff here in this one, man. I mean, to anyone, I mean, is there any shout outs, any like maybe things you're working on? I mean, just stream. I'm assuming you stream or
Um, yeah. I mean, I stream every day on my Twitch for like.
yeah,
It depends if I'm tilted or not. Yesterday you saw my OPGG, right? I went 10 hours. Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
yeah,
Depends. Usually it's like more like for 4 or 5 hours if I'm
yeah.
having some good games and I feel like I'm happy. But yeah, if not, like on my Twitch, honestly, I'm mostly like having fun, right? Just yeah. But on my YouTube, I'm like, I don't know if you saw, but I'm like mainly doing like Yasuo educational stuff. That's how
Okay,
like I use my YouTube. I'm only
yeah,
like focusing on like Yasuo stuff, and I mean, I'll say it. Yeah, I'm planning on like releasing a like Yasuo bootcamp series where like
okay.
just make it like gameplay, just a guide, but not in one video. Like multiple videos going over like
Mm,
everything, every concept on Yasuo. I think that has never been done before. I think I would love to do that on Yasuo.
yeah, I'd
Um,
love I'd love to check that out. I'll put links in the description for those of you who are interested below to your Twitch and your YouTube.
yeah.
Um,
So that's what I'm working on. I would say, and if not, yeah, I'm just trying to get back in shape. Hopefully, if I can fix my hand,
yeah,
go
man,
back to Korea. I mean, go to Korea. That would be like
that'd
really
be
insane for me to.
amazing.
Yeah. I don't know if you know like my peak in an A.
No, what's your peak? Yeah,
Uh,
what is your peak
s-
LP?
1700 LP as a
Oh
Yasuo
shit!
player, like
Wow.
or like 1660. But I mean 1700 rounded up. Um, but yeah, I mean I was like rank 2 also before. I mean, so I
Right.
guess like it's good, but
No, it's amazing, man. I mean, well, I'd be
but
really, really intrigued to see what would happen if you were to go to Korea, like what rank you could get to, man, and show PC Sang who's
honest,
boss.
I want to. I want to, right? I mean, I just turned 19, but I think if I can fix my hand, I can catch up to that guy. No cap.
Yeah, 100%, dude. Well, yeah, I mean, thanks for taking the time to share us, I guess, your thought process with Yasuo, and I hope everything goes well with your thumb, and I hope that gets sorted, and yeah, nice to touch base with you and formally meet you.
Hey, thank you. If you want to do that with Syndra, I think that would be like a great vid. Also, I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
100%, 100%. Beautiful.
I'm kind of good at Syndra. I'm kind of goaded.
Awesome. Well, thank you, man. And I'm sure we'll touch base again soon and maybe do another video in the future. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing your Yasuo content.
Okay. Thanks for having me. I guess, and I was happy to just share some of my thought process, my games, everything about Yasuo. Thank you.
Beautiful.